this lecture we will revise a little bit about Java beans, then we will move towards enterprise Java beans and their concepts. See, we understand Java beans is a component-based development in general. Okay, we introduce Java beans to provide the Java components and client-side manipulation. And how where we work in the bean development kit at BDK in Java. Okay, and in BDK we write simple and advanced beans. Now, what are the software components? Software components like it is like a transistor in hardware. Whenever it has some little bit issue, it will be replaced. Okay, we have class libraries. We create objects from class libraries. We still need to write a large amount of code. Objects are not enough. Okay, if we haven't any class libraries for any single design any single block, we need to write a large amount of code. That's what we have discussed with the help of the JFrame and all. And the objects are not full. That's why we need this bean development kit. They're like integrated circuit components. Okay. Hardware vendors learns how to package in transistors. With Java beans, we also learned about how to package those softwares and software routines as well. In Java components, we focus on the reusability of the routine, not only working of the routine. We focus on the reusability of the routine. And Java beans are the portable, platform-independent component model. Java components are known as beans. Okay, a bean. So a Java components are known as bean. So what is the definition of bean? Whatever we have learned. A reusable software component that can be manipulated visually in a builder tool. And this builder tool are having different vendors. We have learned an example of the Visual Java from IBM. What is difference between Java beans versus class libraries? Beans are appropriate for software component that can be visually manipulated. Like when we are developing a form, then we can resize those spaces and all. Class libraries are good for providing functionality that's useful to programmers and does not benefit from visual manipulation. Now, something we need to understand that class libraries help us to make a mechanism of the RMI from which the different communication happens between the through the invocation. And class libraries also helps in interfacing various classes present in the package for our programs. So there is a working of the class libraries, and this is the working of the bean. Now, what is the Java bean concept? Java beans concept: a component is a self-contained reusable software unit. That's what we have understand. A component exposes their features to public methods and events to builder tools. A builder tools maintains beans in a palette or two works. That's what we have understand till date. Okay. What are the concepts? You can select a bean from a toolbox, drop it in a form, modify its appearance and behavior. We have seen this. Also, you can define its interaction with other beans through the by key listener methods. We can interact with the beans as well. All this without writing a code. We understand this. A public class with zero argument constructor. What is the characteristics of the bean? Bean is the public class with a zero argument constructor. It has a property with accessory methods. It has events. It can be customized. Its state can be saved. It can be analyzed by a builder tool. And what is the key concept of the builder tool? A builder tool discover a bean feature by process known as the introspection. This is the property of bean as well. Adhering to the specific group design patterns when naming bean feature, providing property methods and event information with a related bean information class. Let's move. Properties, bean appearance and behavioral characteristics can be changed at a design time. Okay. Properties can be customized as a design time. Customization can be done using the property header using the bean customizer. We all have gone through this. I'm just revising for my base towards EJ. Events are used when beans beans want to intercommunicate. Okay. Now, after the property of the introspection and intercommunication. Now we need a property of the persistence for saving and restoring the state. Okay. So with the help of the persistence, we use to save and restore the state. And bean methods are regular Java methods actually. Bean methods are all regular Java methods. Bean methods are object to be standard Java security mode. Okay. The security model is neither extended nor relaxed. The bean runs as the untrusted applet that it will be subject to the applet security. But we have a model of applet. We are just following that model with the with the help of Bean as well. We are enhancing that capability. Beans runs on the standalone application that it will treat it as a normal Java application. And when the Bean is not on the web platform, and that then if we are running on the standalone system, then standalone system will be as a treated as the Java application. Assume Java beans and thread. Assume your beans will be running in a multi-threaded environment. Okay, let us assume. It is a responsibility developer to make sure that these beans behave properly under the multi-threaded access. For simple beans, this can be handled by the simple making all methods. To start, okay. This is the something we understand how to we are using the introspection property that is done through the multi-threading concept. What they want to say here. To start the Beanworks, we need to have a Windows or or a Unix platform. Toolbox contains the bean available. Bean window is the form where you can easily wire beans together. Property sheets, we have seen this. Display the properties for the bean currently selected within the Beanworks window. And this is the first bean program. Import Java abstract window toolkit. Why we need abstract window toolkit? Because this provides us to make a form, and Bean is enhancing the property of that only to make it more viable towards the web development and web technology. Sorry. So we import a concept of serializable as well. In the serializable concept, we have a persistence within it. With the help of the persistence, in the multi-threaded environment, we are able to produce the same bean to the every system without that write once run anywhere concept. So in the public class, first bean extends canvas implements. See, first bean we have been creating and extending a canvas class and implements a serializable interface. Okay, with the help of this serializable interface, we are set the first bean public set bean having a set size of 50 cross 30. This is in a 50. We're just setting a size like this in a 50 and across 30 like this. Okay. Then we are preparing a background rule. Then we are compiling that bean with the Java C first bean.java, and then we are able to create a manifest file, and that manifest file has after running the program, and then we will create a manifest file. That manifest file with the first bean.class, and that Java bean should be true. Then we create a jar file, jar cfm first bean.jar main.text. Then we create a jar file. Then after finally a bean structure will be complete. We have a jar cfm first bean.jar and one money.txt, that manifest.text. Then first bean.class which will be executed at a different platform as per need. How to do using bean in handwritten applications. This is the way to how to define a bean in handwritten applications. We just define a frame. In this frame we passes the testing, we start our try catch model, and we define a class loader. In this we get a class. That class should be instantiated of his first bean, and that's it. And we have a stack just to add on the this frame. Just we add this. Just we add this.
Sir, can you please explain practically?
Can this add will be FB. Okay, practically let me know understand. We have done the practicality actually. We have done. Let me complete first. I will show you. Okay. Types of properties. Okay, let me show you. See, we used this rational application. Let me use this. See, this is Java B. We understand it has a component and container model. Okay. Now let's move. What is Bean Development Kit? In Bean Development Kit, we do our we bean development process. For this, we have a bean box. We just run that bean box. If there is window empty, then we select that software location. Then class, we set a class part. After that, the frame will come. This is bean development kit. Okay, and this is the place where we develop our bean. With the help of this, we can set various size of the thing we needed with the help of the toolbox available. Okay. Now we just take a space and slice a picture. Just take a page and slice a juggler picture. This particular Java framework is a perfect one. And we try to here we got a properties of the juggler here, and here we can debug. This is the development platform in which we can do with the help of the drag and drop. See, here is the juggler image. Just we drag this in on the beanbox content, and we got this. After that, we made a property of a start, and again a start property has been defined here. Okay. Then we made a property stop, and stop property has been defined here. Finally, with the editing, we are with the help of the event, we are adding that action into the this image. Okay. After that image, when we push, after the action will be added to this image, when will start, it will start juggling this image. After we stop, it will stop this juggling. Okay. And it is taken care by the target methods available within our bean development box. Finally, with the help of those buttons only, we are able to create it. This is a simple bean example. Okay, you are able to understand. This is the simple bean example. Okay, simple bean example. I don't think so. Best way to understand simple, like we take this paint, this paint only. Just we take this box and we create this box, and we what image I should take. You have any image or something you can take. Okay. Let's have this image. Just put this image here. Copy this image. Put this image here. Now, something has sort of image. Something has been done out here. I just created the two box and you know attached with this line. I can also put a various image with the help of And now I can put the colors with in them as well. Okay, how this has been done? It has been done through the some component model, some component container model. Okay, try to go for some image. Let's do this. This is done with the help of the component container model. I can edit colors. Okay, and I just put that color, and that has been changed. And how it is possible? It is possible through this palette. This palette is a bean development kit. You can say that. And these are all the methods. We are able to regulate and getting our something with the help of this method. Okay, and we can go for the any color. We can go for any color with the help of this. Okay, that is what I want to explain to you. This is something we get. Okay, this is something we get. We can do anything. So this is what a bean is all about. This is what a bean is all about. We can create those beans with simple property by getting, and this now we will understand the property as well. Now we have a properties. These are a simple beans, index bean, multiple value property, bound to provide event notification and value change. Constraints how proposed change can be okayed or revoked by the object. Now see, we understand what is builder tool. We understand how we get color and we set color. We do that in the previous example. We get color and set color by simple edit, by simple click, and that is known as the event. And what click has been listened is known as the event listener. Okay. The builder tool knows the property method color of the type that the builder to understand that property method. It tries to locate property editor for that type, display the properties in a sheet. What we have done in the last example. Okay, we just display the property in the sheet and builder to understand where to put this color. Whether if we'll put this, if the builder understand we have to take this. And if I take this color and put here, builder understand that this color have to put out here. This is what this. This is what this Java means same. Builder understand where to put color by with the help of the program in their backend. Okay, that's what this program is all about. Okay, let's move for the simple properties. So adding a color, we just initialize create and initialize a private instance. We create a private color, is called color blue, and that color will return a color, and in which space we will. And this is a getter setter method. So first of all, we take click, then it will be get and command, then we again click that that drop, that pane drop button, and then it is a set, and finally drop. That color has been dropped to the space what we have specified. That is what a property of bean is all about. For a bean to be source of an event, it must be implemented method add and remove listener object. So first of all, we need an event listener type, and then that event listener type is something when we click that color that has been listened, and how it has been processed has been defined in programming. It's a defined program with the help of the introspection property. Okay, this is what introspection property is all about. External listener objects. Then object will be initializes. That object will be a method. With the help of that method only, that paint box has been dropped. When clicked, it pour color on that particular area of the pixels. Okay, this is implement the bean info interface allows you to expect publish the events at the bean files. Now, what is difference between bean and this page is like this page is a very local page. It can't be reused. Okay, but my bean, once the programming of the bean has been done and one bean has been formed, that bean can be reused at anywhere. Platform independent, we don't need to write in code. Just take that bean and it can be used at any other platform, any of the requirement we have. Okay. How does the bean expose its feature and property sheets using java.bean.introspector class? So for bean to work out here, we also developed a class known as a Java bean introspector class. The discover process is named as the introspection, or you can associate a class that implements the bean info with bean. So why use bean info? Why use bean info? You can that. Why we use info to expose the feature that you want to expose. So each and every step, I say the programming is like whatever instruction you will get, you will give the you will get that part. So for the each and every step, you need to give instruction. That's it. That's it. And now we have introspection, we have persistence. Now we need the customization. Customization is something we can customize the bean according to our whole of our use. Okay, so that is the help of the property editor. This property editor, like I can customize this. No white color. Let's push this color. I have to put new box out here. Take this color. Put here. Use that color. Okay. Now I have customized my bean. Okay. This is what I'm saying. So when I customize my bean, I can only do with the help of the property editor and using the customizers. Okay. What I have showed you, I use the property editor for my bean. Okay. Okay. Now, what are the property editors? We understand what are the property editors are. For the painting support, we have paint. For the bean support, we have Visual Java, and all those examples what we have in our notes. Property editors have a property descriptor or set property editor class. With the help of that, simple bean information works on it. How to go for the good bean? We need to start a component. We have some few guidelines for to make it commercial bean. First of all, creating a bean. So we should provide a zero argument. Why we need to provide a zero argument from which a person is not confused about which argument need to be done, need to be get to initialize this bean. For the persistence, beans should support implement serializable or externalizable property. These are the property defined for the platform independence within the BTK. Okay. This is what about bean is. Let's move towards EJB. And before moving towards EJB, let's have this image in our mind. Enterprise Java Beans has a two-way of communication, that is the synchronous communication and asynchronous communication. For the asynchronous communication, we have a message-driven bean. For the synchronous communication, we have a session bean and entity bean. In the session bean, we take care of the two types of communication. We have stateless and stateful. And in the entity bean, we have a two type of management system in which we have bean managed persistence and a container managed persistence. So that's why I introduced the bean to you to understand the bean about bean prospect, because first container you understand. Let's move for the EJB. Very basic EJB. What is EJB? Enterprise Java Bean is a specification for creating server-side scalable transaction multi-user secure enterprise level application. Very important line. Server-side scalable transactional multi-user secure enterprise application. It provides a consistent component architecture framework for creating distributed and n-tier multivariate. EJB enables rapid and simplified development of the distributed, transactional, secure and portable Java application. तो EJB ने और क्या क्या ऐड कर दिया B की क्वालिटी में? डिस्ट्रीब्यूटेड, ट्रांजैक्शनल, सिक्योर. तो क्या हो गया? What is the benefit of EJB? Architectural independence for the developer. Write once, run anywhere. Server-side component. Stabilize, very important. Server-side component. It stabilizes the role for the application development, take care of transaction management, provide distributed transaction support, helps create portable scalable solution, integrate seamlessly with the core common object-oriented Spooker architecture. These architectures were in the past present to make a deal with all the level components to work. Provides vendor-specific enhancements, location transparency. Okay. Location transparency or location transparency. When to use EJB, action should be scalable. Okay. Application should be scalable. Application that contains business logic that operates on the enterprise data. Transaction should ensure data integrity. Once the data is perform the job, it should have been there, and that should be managed as well. Transaction should ensure data integrity. Application should have variety of clients. client can be thin and numerous. I have discussed about the thin client. What are the, where the EJB runs? This is the place where the EJB runs in the middleware. In between web browser, Java application, handheld device, being known as the mobile phone. In between, we have mobile middle tier of the server, which we divide into two parts. We have learned on the JQWE production class. Then it is connected with the file system, legacy application, or database server. Okay. So that this middleware is expanded here. How this works. So that this client module have a thin clients like Windows clients, Unix client, Java client, browser client, mobile client, which go to the server area, which we divide into two parts: the application server area, which having a naming service, transaction service, security service, messaging service, and it is integrated through the enterprise service and application programming interface, which have web integration, EJB servers, Corvo object services, no, application management, and that is connected with the DBMS server. So this is a multi-tier distributed system in which we use both data models and business logics. And here, with the help of the EJB, we are able to differentiate between the presentation and the business logic, from which the scalability, security, and performance of the system increases through and fold. Okay. Now, Clause platform and Open Industry Standard supports this thing. This is a model given by the Gopalan Suresh ji, which I used out here. Now, what is the difference between Bean and Java? Very important. Can be either visible or non-visible. This is a property of Bean. But EJBs are decidedly non-visible remote objects, intended to be a local single process on the client, remotely executable computer lines deployed on the server. Uses the Bean info class properties editor and customizer to describe itself. Uses the deployment descriptor, very important. This is the EJB actually. Can be deployed as ActiveX control, cannot be deployed as ActiveX control since OCX runs on the software. Okay. तो ये विजुअल होता है, ये विजुअल नहीं होता है. ये लोकल के लिए मेनली बनाया गया, एग्जीक्यूटेबल कंपोनेंट ऑफ सर्वर के लिए बनाया गया, ये भी इनफो क्लास यूज करता है, डिप्लॉयमेंट डिस्क्रिप्टर यूज करता है, ये एक्टिवएस कंट्रोल्स यूज करता है, ये यूज रन्स ऑन द ड्राइवर है. ये एक बेसिक आर्किटेक्चर है ईजेबी का जो अपने को समझना होता है. ओके, पहले इसको समझ लेते हैं. ईजेबी का क्लाइंट है, कोई भी थिन क्लाइंट है, वो कम्युनिकेट कर सकता है थ्रू लोकल एंड क्रिएट एन इंस्टेंसेस ऑफ ईजेबी. वही क्लाइंट कोई बिजनेस मेथड को भी इनिशिएट कर सकता है. तो होम इंटरफेस इसको कैच करता है, रिमोट इंटरफेस इसको कैच करता है. होम इंटरफेस ईजेबी कंटेनर के अंदर है, इंपॉर्टेंट पार्ट. ईजेबी सर्वर के अंदर ईजेबी कंटेनर है, उसके अंदर होम ऑब्जेक्ट है जो होम रिक्वेस्ट को ले रहा है, जो रिमोट इंटरफेस रिक्वेस्ट को ले रहा है, और इंटरप्राइज जावा बीन को एक्टिव कर रहा है. एक्टिव करने के बाद जो भी चेंजेस है वो डेटाबेस को भेज देगा. और इसके हेल्प करने के लिए हमारे पास जावा की टेक्नोलॉजी है, JNDI, ट्रांजैक्शन सर्विसेज, सिक्योरिटी और मैसेज. ये वो जावा की सर्विसेज है जो बेडरॉक की तरफ नीचे पड़ी रहती है और इंटरप्राइज सर्विस एप्लीकेशंस को ईजेबी के जॉब को परफॉर्म करने के लिए कंटेनर में जॉब करती है डिप्लॉयमेंट डिस्क्रिप्शन के थ्रू. नाउ अ टिपिकल ईजेबी आर्किटेक्चर कंसिस्ट ऑफ ईजेबी सर्वर, container that run on the servers, EJB that run on these containers, EJB clients and other auxiliary services like JNDI, Java naming and directory interface, Java transaction services, EJB home interface, and remote interface and EJB object. अब सिंपल समझना है तो EJB की जो क्लाइंट है वो इन्वोक करते हैं EJB के कंटेनर मेथड्स को. ओके, ये जो कंटेनर मेथड्स हैं EJB को यूज करते हैं, इन्वोक करते हैं, फिर इसके कंटेनर जब इन्वोक होता है तो EJB इन्वोक होता है, इसके मेथड जब इन्वोक होते हैं तो प्रोसेस परफॉर्म होता है जो भी रिक्वेस्ट आई होती है उसके रिस्पेक्टिव. तो थोड़ा सा समझते हैं EJB सर्वर्स कौन कौन से होते हैं. सर्वर्स की वजह से हमें we have this, will go for the next lecture actually. We have EJB servers, EJB clients, EJB containers, EJB home interface, remote interface, price Java beans, and this figure how it is how EJB works. Types of EJB: session, entity, and message driven. Session works For found tags outlined, entity represents a business entity object that exists across system storage and message event acts as a reason for the Java message service API and processing messages. These are the basically EGB types in which we will focus in next class. This is working on it. Okay. We'll move towards more about the JB interface.